we have to pay for to sleep somewhere. You know, but I'm thinking that what defines what we want to do in our community work, again, is the purpose. And and then the purpose is almost like adopted or defined by an institution. And then what defines the game is the institution. And we have to be able to see the game and be able to dissect where is purpose, where is institution, and then where is community. Because what happened after we define the purpose, if the purpose is to make communities healthier, then, and the institution only wants to do recruitment so they can have more patients, and then they want the community becomes a machine to produce patients in the name of making a community healthier, and that's how the game goes. I think we are not being proactive enough to say something along this line. You know, the one that we force the conversation about purpose. Is it the purpose to identify more Latinos with diabetes? Or is it the purpose to make our communities a healthier place where our kids can have opportunities for prevention and to develop their potential? Let's have that conversation. Don't talk about Promotores yet. Then after we have that, then we say, what is the role of your institution? And what is the role of the community? And don't even talk about Promotores yet. Because it seems like the only value, then people see values on the community in terms of using it. But the engagement is not based on what we have to offer. The engagement is based on what they can use as institutions. And we have to be openly part of that conversation. So I would say that we discuss purpose, and then we discuss what is what your institution needs to offer, and what is what the community has to offer. Because the other problem of that is that the engagement with our communities is based on what we need, not what we have. And this is a very empty way of engaging with a community that has so much richness. So we are engaging promotoras so they can do what I say, no, so they can bring all the strength and talents of our communities to build something different. So we are not engaging the talents of the community, we are engaging the need. And when you engage the need, then we don't have anything to offer. And we continue perpetuating programs that are very, very, that keep people in the same problem forever. It's this medical model where, you know, or the charity model. So great, now we have another place where you can go and get food for free. And that is very good, but that is not the transformative process that we want.
And the war on poverty continues and people are
So
still poor.
once we go there, then we say, okay, now we have what Felix mentions, that I agree so much, which is a community that has a way. It's a way. Como cuando los Native Americans dicen, these are our ways. Our community has its ways, and that is a problem for me, and it's also a source of pride. Because we have our ways that are not the union ways, the corporation way, the government way, the church way, or the university way. But our ways are not validated. My conversation de comadre a comadre is not validated until I have an agenda that is in writing. And if you start talking about diabetes and start talking about praying, te está saliendo, tú sabes, we have an agenda here. So there are ways that need to be validated. So within that, then you say, okay, now we know our ways and the strength of our way, and there are community members that can help reach that, but without taking away their ways and their strength. So once you do that, then you have a continuum in the role of the promotores. And then you say, well, there are promotores that can help with education, that can help with advocacy, that can help with policy, that can help with compliance. But if you take away their ways, they are not promotores anymore. They are your mini medical assistant.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just wanted to really then bring the conversation about the transformative role of the promotor, that transformed the promotora, transformed the community. And here is where I also debate this idea of being organizer. I say that promotores are organizers, but are promotores organizers? We are not union organizers that create an issue, rah, 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 go back home. We don't do that. We know how to do that, but then we do rah, rah, and then we keep going because we are promotores organizing. We are not case managers and navigators that at the end of the day close our book that is called case management and we go home. We are case managers, promotores, organizers, moms, tías y abuelitas. And that is the problem. Because we live in a society that in order to understand that, it needs to break you down. Es como la gallina de los huevos de oro.
Like the chicken with the golden eggs.
So I need to see where are your eggs y te mato. Porque I cannot appreciate the fact that you are producing huevos de oros, and maybe I need to understand something without killing you.
Exactly.
And so yeah, I just wanted to offer some reflection for the.
That's right.
Way there is a reason why community work with community workers in community settings in certain way works. So in a very general way, there is a reason why it works, and we don't recognize that. If I could use an example, I was thinking, trying to understand even what I'm saying, which is what happened when you think out loud. And you are like, what was it I said? But really, I was trying to think in this way in which people cook, that they put stones and leña and then fire, and then they put meat inside the hole, lo cubren de tierra and cover with
dirt.
Right. And that happens in New Zealand with the Maoris, and many indigenous groups cook that way. Then someone saw that, and then it created this restaurant where you actually, it's pretty cool to go because they cook there, and now you go to experience this indigenous experience in this restaurant, da, da, da. And then the indigenous people say, I didn't know I could make money out of that. Because, I mean, you just cook like that. So sometimes I'm trying to find an example that allows me to understand myself, right? So my example is that I see Sarai and how she works with the community and Araceli and the promotoras, y how they talk. And they go like, ¿y entonces qué te dijo? No, ¿y qué vamos a hacer? What are we going to do with that? I'm not taking that one. Well, but tampoco así, amiga. Con calma. We need a strategy here. And they'll say, okay, can you take care of that kid? He's hungry. Well, by the way, So there is this thing that is very comprehensive, that is competent, that is relevant, and then we say, oh, wow, if I could get to that community in that way. And then you take the promotora out of that environment and that way, and then you put the promotora in this clinic, and I know that it has been changing.
We don't put them in clinics. We go out into the community.
Pero ese eres tú.
That's
Okay?
only you.
Porque we need to recognize
No
our
somos
uniqueness.
los
Pero this is, I mean, Affordable Care Act for institutions is how do we bring more people into my own program. So with all respect to all of our differences, you can bring them to school, pues para no ponértelo ahí, to the school. So we can, donde sea. We want the promotora as a marketing tool. We want the promotora to do something that I want to do. But now I want to have the same impact in the community. And it's different because now the engagement of Sarai is to talk about the programs of that hospital or the programs of whatever. Now I'm not allowed any longer to make a jugo de mango while I talk to my comadres. So there is a conversation. There is a way of engagement in which I'm like you. Tú sabes, these are kids without shoes playing with kids without shoes, and they don't realize that they don't have shoes until someone comes with shoes. Y ese es el rollo. Then, so we want to engage with what is common, not what is different. And again, I'm trying to think that there is a way in which communities have survived without us. What is it? And that is okay, but there are promotoras that are not interested in that. They want to stay in their promotorado, and they want to have opportunities as promotoras to be lead promotoras or coordinator promotoras or just promotoras without anything else, because that's. there are promotoras that want to be employed by a place and have a good salary. And there are, as promotoras, they don't want to change to be hired. There are promotoras that rather stay as volunteers with stipends in their communities. So there are promotoras that are, the majority of the promotoras are Latinas, and there is a tension that is generated in communities when we talk about promotoras and use the word promotora in Spanish to talk about promotoras. And there is almost like putting the movement of promotoras, we need to explain ourselves. We need to justify why we are having promotoras in Latino communities working with Latinos. And that is problematic, but at the same time, it might be the collective saying there are so many good things happening because the promotoras, how that parallels in other communities.
Great.
Permíteme un minuto.
Okay, okay.
Permíteme un minuto porque there is so much we can go in depth if we have to just jump from one thing to the other. But I think that as we explore how do we share this model, we don't have to stop doing what we do and works. We just have to find out what is this common ground with other communities, but even within the Latinos. The promotoras don't work with Latinos. The majority of promotoras work with low-income Latinos. And I think that is critical as we think in how to collaborate and spread the model, that we don't leave the low-income communities unprotected in the name of collaboration and where the money is going.